As George Jones sang in 1982, "I'm sorry it took so long, but it's better late than never." Hi there, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today, indeed, is Midweek Matters. I'll explain a bit more about that in a moment. Anyway, as usual, there'll be a mix of some of the news that's caught my eye. I'll be catching you up with what I've been up to on my bench, and of course, I'll be discussing this week's featured kit of the week. All these bits come as chapters, so you can hop backwards and forwards as your heart desires. Now, firstly, an explanation. Of course, normally we have Monday Matters on Monday, and Monday Matters was never going to be on Monday this week because I was driving back from Telford from Scale Model World, and frankly, the Wi-Fi in the hotel where I was staying was appalling. I did, if you remember, I did a box reveal of the new Lysander kit, which appeared on Saturday. I started the upload to YouTube of that at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning, breakfast time, and I got a ping from YouTube to say it had been successfully uploaded 10 hours later. It's 10 hours. Now, I know I was shooting 4K, the file sizes are big, but 10 hours was crazy. Just to put it into context, a 1 hour long chat I did yesterday from my supporters special, uploaded in 2 minutes. So about 1,200 times faster bitrate than I was getting at the hotel, and that was having taken out their Supreme internet package as well. Anyway, so the problem is I couldn't really upload anything from Telford anyway. I've got a couple of interviews to do and things like that. Added to which, when I came home, I find I'm having to clear out my garden shed because, of course, the builders have turned up 3 weeks early to start building my new production room. So things have been a little bit hectic, but here we are, and I hope you enjoy this nonetheless. One thing I should point out is that you may have noticed I've already done a video about the construction process. There are going to be quite a lot of these as the build goes on. They tend to do very well on YouTube, so we'll be putting out a load more of those. It will mean there'll be less in the way of modelling related videos for the next sort of 6-8 weeks or so. But I will keep doing Monday Matters. I will do at least one other video around modelling in the week, and more, I hope, as my dear wife takes over a lot of the burden of shooting the images for the build videos. Of course, I still have to edit them and all the rest of it, but yeah. Just to let you know, there'll be fewer model making videos than usual over the next 6 to 8 weeks. But after that, hopefully I'll be in my new production area and we can really crack on with some amazing new content. I'll do whatever I can to keep you entertained anyway. That's what I do. Anyway, that's all for the moment. We'll catch up with a few other things in a little while. But first of all, I want to have a quick look at some of the news from Telford and elsewhere in the model making world this week. The news at Telford last weekend was dominated by kit announcements from AIRFIX and REVELL. After a teaser campaign, AIRFIX announced their latest new tooled kit, the Western Lysander in 1/48 scale. From what I could hear, this has been very well received indeed. It's a much demanding aircraft in a popular scale, and I have to say the kit looks pretty comprehensive. There's even an indication of where to cut out panels to reveal the interior structure if you want. You know, the stuff that normally you build and never see again. AIRFIX has also announced the second release of the 1/48 scale Sea King, this time in the jungly scheme so many people wish for the first time round. All we need now is the yellow SAR version. I'm going to guess that that's going to be late next year. Seemingly even more popular was the announcement by REVELL that they'll be making a 1/32nd scale kit of the Hunter T7. Certainly hugely popular with me, as I love the Hunter T7. From what I understand, the hope is to have at least a finalised test shot of the kit on the stand at next year's Telford show, maybe alongside the final version of their 1/32nd Meteor F8. What a stand that would be. Also on the REVELL stand was an almost final production set of frames for their Lockheed F-35A Lightning II kit in 1/72 scale. That will be available sometime toward the end of the first quarter of next year. One other thing at Telford that really caught my eye was this induction loop lighting stand from KINETIC. This means an end to soldering and batteries for LED lighting in models. The base, including a set of 4 lights, costs £30, with each set of 4 lights costing a further £12. In other news, ICM has announced that its much anticipated new toolkit of the Black Hawk helicopter in 1/48 scale will be available next month. This is in both the UH-60A Transport and MH-60L Special Forces versions. Yes, I'll be getting them, and yes, I'll be building at least one of them. Trumpeter has displayed a prototype of a Challenger armoured repair and rescue vehicle in 1/35 scale. This is expected to be available around summer 2025. LANDSHIPS Modelling has this 1/35 scale kit of the Little Willie tank. This is sold as a 3D data file for home printing. DOGFIGHT Workshop has a 1/35 scale Chevrolet W8 truck fitted out for duties with the Long Range Desert Group. And always ready to challenge your diorama skills, MINIART is releasing this set of workers with a concrete mixer in 1/35 scale as well. And finally, SSMODEL has 2 British submarines in 1/350 scale, HMS Thrasher and HMS Alliance. On my bench this week, well, there's been a lot of information, at least. Of course, I had the announcements both from REVELL and from AIRFIX of their new products, which are very exciting. The new Hunter T7 in 1/32 from REVELL, and of course the 1/48 Lysander and the 1/48 Jungly Seeking issue from AIRFIX. The AIRFIX one was created in just over an hour. I got all the information at 10 o'clock on Friday. I had it finished and uploaded by 11:15, and then I got in the car and went up to Telford and saw the actual kit, which I filmed, and then of course that came out on Saturday, having been, as I mentioned, all day waiting to be uploaded. So that was pretty cool. Really enjoyed all of that. Kind of enjoyed the rush. Would have been nicer, of course, had we had the information earlier, so I could have just done the release at 10. The release of the REVELL information at 12 was already ready to rock and roll because I had the information ahead of time, and it could have been a slightly less stressful journey up to Telford. But there we go. I know why they did it. I did also a box review of the ICM Mercedes Type 320 that I'm intended to build in. There was, of course, also the live stream last week on Thursday evening, which was fantastic fun. A real stinker of a conundrum this time from Nick. The kit wasn't that unusual a kit. It was the 1/48 scale Blackburn Skewer silver finish version from Special Hobbies. So not an unusual kit or a kit of anything particularly unusual. It was just his clue was so cryptic. I was absolutely convinced. Absolutely convinced. It was a ZIL truck with a pair of 23mm anti-aircraft guns on the back, made by Eastern Express. He confused me that much. He confused a lot of people. Anyway, many congratulations to Mark Hill, who eventually guessed the kit absolutely correctly. He will be receiving his own mystery box from Nick very soon. Of course, there is another live stream coming up next Tuesday. That's the 19th of November, but I'll remind you about that on the regular Monday Matters next week. In between bouts of everything else going on in my life, I have been continuing work on my 1/48 scale Spitfire that will be done in Models for Heroes colours. My Shorts Tucano, my Bristol Super Freighter, of course, and the Matchbox Halifax. All get bits and pieces done on them as I can catch a few moments. However, despite this chronic lack of time in my life at the moment, I will be doing a video about this week's featured kit of the week, and this week it is the brand new tooling of the 2cm Flak 38 anti-aircraft gun from ICM in 1/35th scale. I'll be having a look inside the box of that over the next day or so. Of course, there will also be coming up soon the interviews I shot at Telford with Dale from AIRFIX and Luke from REVELL. And of course, there'll be more content about my workshop being built. And when I can, I'll fit in more content about model aeroplanes and vehicles and anything else I'm making at the time. So plenty of content coming your way very soon. Do please catch up with it then. Really good to see you today. Thank you so very much for watching, and thank you so much for your patience this week. Take very good care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the channel again very soon. Bye bye for now.